to the SG Comms Corner. For those of you who have liked and subscribed, thank you. And if you haven't, then do the right thing. Click like, subscribe, and be part of the notification gang. So today, I thought, let me talk about when you're starting a business. Sometimes you find that you have a lot of ideas or you have something in mind and you're not 100% sure how to get it rolling. So today we're going to be chatting about the 4 pillars of business and a way to kind of get things aligned and get your business on a good start. Sometimes we start, if you're maybe baking scones and you're just doing it like as a family thing, or you were doing it just for your friends and you think, okay, there's something that, you know, I can make money from. These are just 4 pillars that can help you, whether you're doing a product or a service, and to get your business in good stead. So, in our strategic planning for our businesses, just to wrap our heads around what it is that we're doing, we need to understand that being in business is 30% of what you actually do, and 70% is literally how the business is run. So as much as you find that you're really great at whatever it is that you're doing, the business side of it really does need to be paid attention to in order for your business to be sustainable. So the first thing we need to look at is the vision. You know, when you walk into a very big corporate and see the vision to be the best that the world has ever seen, a vision gives you an end goal and it reminds you why you are doing what you're doing. So having a vision doesn't necessarily mean to have a pie in the sky statement, but to have something that reminds you that when things are not going great, this is the reason why we are doing what we are doing. So my vision at SG Comms is to create brands and to elevate experiences. What I do in my business every single day, if I'm not creating a brand, building profiles for companies and individuals, I'm elevating experiences, which means putting together events that have great look, feel, touch, and when someone comes from your event or an event that I've hosted, they come out feeling elevated, liberated, and want to come again. So in everything that I do, in everything that I encompass, I remember that I'm here to elevate the experience and I'm here to build the brands. So even when I die or anything happens, SG Comms will be known for that, and it will continue elevating those experiences and building those brands. The 4 pillars are 4 subjects that we'll touch in this episode that will basically give us a vivid idea of who we need to take care of, the important people, the bookkeeping, the customer retention, and also the financials of your company. So strategic objectives are what are the steps that we need to take in order to make your business a success. I know from my personal experience, basic steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put them on a piece of paper and work towards them. What can you do in your current position where you are right now in order to get to the next step? The strategic objective doesn't have to be something that's unreachable or unattainable. It's a simple step or 5 steps that you need to take in order to get to your next goal. If in 5 years' time, I want to have a multinational corporate with over 100 staff members, what would be the step that I take today in order to get there? So I would have to look at HR. I would have to look at the way I hire and onboard my employees. I would have to look at the quality of the employee in order for them to stay and also elevate the business in making it great. So when we talk about strategic objectives, we do not necessarily mean something that's steps that are far and unreachable, but what is a tangible step that I can take today or take on Monday that will help me get to my end goal. And finally, the key performance indicators. A key performance indicator tells us how we measure our progress. Now, we know that if you have been working in a corporate environment, a key performance indicator is how an employee is measured by their manager or whoever is managing them to see, are you doing what you said you were going to do? Are you meeting the targets that were set out? Are you showing up the way that you are known to show up for? And are you delivering on whatever it is that you have been set out to do? So you as a business owner also need to measure yourself. Is the business doing what it said it was going to do? Are we meeting our monthly targets? And if not, how are we going to get there? Are we doing our customers the justice that they said they need? Or are we falling short? If we're falling short, how do we fix the gap? How do we put the holes back in our buckets in order to fill the water? So once we look at those KPIs for ourselves and for the business, we can then establish that in year 1, we started here, in year 2, we are here, and in year 3, we are here. And measure yourself going forward and look at the progression or regression that the company has made, and how do you then attend to those points. So the 4 pillars are the people. Any stakeholder in a business is a very, very important part of your business. The people who are in your business, the people that you're servicing, and the people who help your business go further. So if you are, for instance, in the media and communication space, you know that it takes a village to put a production together. It takes a lot of suppliers. It takes a lot of people that you need to use. You cannot do everything by yourself. So have a good group of people, or have specific people that you work with over an extended amount of time in order for you to get the best quality of whatever it is that you're acquiring. So, for example, I'm putting together a Women's Day event on the 8th of August. And obviously I cannot do the whole production myself. I would need videographers, I need photographers, the guest speakers, the marketing that needs to go out. I have a team who will be doing that. And there are just so many elements that you have to think about and consider when putting together an event. So when you are starting your business, think of the important people that are going to help take your business forward and nurture those relationships. Unfortunately, like in life, people, things, they come and go. Don't lose heart. Just be as pragmatic as you possibly can and keep it moving. The second pillar, processes. Now, we all think processes and systems and, things that we have been exposed to in corporate are very tedious and boring, and sometimes they don't make sense. For me, my personal experience, systems have always been the core of how a business should operate. And systems also don't have to be difficult. Systems don't have to be complex. They don't have to have a lot of elements where you put in place. Basic steps of A, B, C, D, how to get from one point to another, so that if you were to step away from your business for a week, for 2 weeks, you fall ill, for a month, the business still continues. What do you have in place that has been written down, from onboarding a client to customer retention to monitoring and evaluation to bookkeeping? Those should be basic steps that you know you can implement or hand over to someone to say, look, I want you to do this, that, and the other, and they have a clear understanding of what is required from them. Think of multinationals. if you're planning to branch out or to franchise your company, you can't be in control of everything. So that is why having systems is very, very important. And having basic, understandable systems while you start is just as important. And as the company grows and more factors come into play, then that is when you're going to need more complex, or maybe get people to come together and assist you in putting together systems and policies that are going to make your company grow. Number 3, the F word. And no, it's not the F word that you're thinking, it's finance. First things first, have a price list. I can't emphasize how important it is for you to have a basic price list of the products and the services that you offer. This will also give you enough time to not always draft a quote or advise people on something and waste so much of your time putting all these numbers together only for them to say, thank you so much. Having a basic price list cuts a lot of the unnecessary administration out. So if someone wants a profile from you, they know the estimate amount is X, Y, and Z. If someone wants a full production, then they know it costs X, Y, and Z. And also even in your products. If you're selling 50 cupcakes, this is the rate. If you're selling shoes, this is the rate, whatever the case may be. So what I always advise to some of the other young entrepreneurs is, guys, we need to break out of this DM for prices. So now I have to pack my bags, get in my car, and go all the way to your DMs to ask you for a price. Whereas if you have the price up front, people can decide that moment whether or not they want to use your product or your service and keep it moving. It's not personal. And the 4th and final pillar is customers. Customers are what keeps us alive, and customers are what keeps us going. So have a basic customer retention management program. Find out from your customer once you've delivered the product or the service, what do you like about the product? What did you like about the service? What didn't you like about it? And how best can we improve? Without customers, we do not have business. So make sure that your customers are happy and improve the customer experience on a regular basis. So those are the 4 pillars: the people, the process, the finance, and the customers are the most important. And that brings us to the end of our episode today. Please be sure to click that subscribe button, like our pages, and share. We want to build this SGComms corner community from this corner of my office to the rest of the world. A very big thank you to my friends at the Hang Around Media Company for putting together the stellar production. Please be sure to get in touch with them if you have any media needs. Their details are in the description box below. So, what more topics do you want to hear from me? What do you want me to elaborate on? Any experiences? I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. Until then, goodbye, stay blessed, and be sure to catch me next week as we're going to be rolling out these episodes on a weekly basis. So from me, Sissetrukomo, very big thank you for coming and sharing your time with me on the SGComms Corner. Goodbye.